This has been a long day, as you can imagine, very emotional. I still have not talked to anybody about how I feel, and I'm not sure if I'm ready to, as far as confronting him.
Didn't wanna make a mess in the heat of the moment. Had to take some time to myself and refocus, cause I'm like a lotus and I'm about to bloom. So little baby, give me room.
So I confronted my dad today. I can honestly say that I understand why God took me through certain steps before I got to this one. I felt so prepared. Of course, it was an emotional moment, but I stood my ground. Okay. Okay. Do you remember the armor of God? I had it, and I stood there, and I took control of the situation. Something I've never had as a child. I never felt as if I had control of the situation. I remember as a child, not even as a child, even as a grown woman, how I would avoid my dad at all costs because he seemed so intimidating to me, and I was just scared. I was scared of him. If you wanted to make me cry, if you wanted to scare me, send my dad. And I'm not just talking about as far as like the abuse part, but just he scared me. And then for him to abuse me, sexually abuse me, added on to that fear. And I've constantly been fighting for that power my entire life. And God made me realize you don't have to fight for it anymore. You got it. You have the power. I felt so powerful, and not in a ooh I'm more powerful you way, but I felt powerful as in I'm chin up, posture right. I'm here. I said my piece, and that's that. One thing I can say, a particular message I want to give to people who may have been sexually assaulted, molested, abused, raped. When confronting your abuser, when confronting the perpetrator, it's very important. I realized for my personal self that don't go looking for anything. Don't go looking for anything in return. And I'm glad that this was my last step, because if this had been my first step, I would have been very disappointed. Regardless if they say sorry, regardless if they don't say sorry, it's not going to fix the situation. So don't go into the situation expecting something. Fix you. Work on you. Get where you need to be, and then confront. That's what worked for me. And I'm not sure what worked for anyone else. And if you had similar experience and you would like to share, by all means, feel free to share on this post. But particularly, I feel like confronting in the end was more important, because if I had confronted in the beginning, I would have been looking for something, or I would have allowed him to give me empty promises that would have never been fulfilled. And I'm in a place where I'm not holding on to empty promises from no one. Like, I don't care who you are. I don't care if I'm dating you. I don't care if you're a friend. I don't care if you're family. You can save those. Because all I know are the promises that God made me. Because he comes through. He's followed through with his word. And if you really want to show me something, be about it. Don't talk about it. So this is something that I did share with him. And I just told him I wanted to share scripture with him. And so I told him Ephesians 1-4. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother. This is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you and that you may live long in the land. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. And so when I shared this scripture with him, I basically let him know, even though he hurt me, I'm still standing here today. I'm not disrespecting you. I'm here. And I'm letting you know how I feel in the most respectful way. But you didn't uphold your side of the deal. But that's okay, because my Father in heaven made sure I received all the discipline and instruction that I needed. Right then and there, I feel like that was the last piece to my healing. But God made me aware of my next journey. So that's the thing about being a Christian. Your work is never done. And if you ever feel like you have nothing else to work on when it comes to yourself, then you're gonna be in heaven, because there's always work to be done.